Okay, welcome back. We are going to, first of all, teach this guy crafting. So remember I told you there's all these guys
If
like
you
that
came for
one and
crafting
that one there.
certification, I can assist you.
And there's the crafting boards. So what we want to do here is get him certified. So we'll begin with him. He's actually food
You must be here to
and I
learn the
believe
craft, yes?
enchanting.
Crafting. I'm authorized to train and certify provision. Certain.
Provisioning
Please
alchemists and
specify.
enchanters. So we'll start with provisioners.
Food and drink. Anything that warms the belly. I suppose I should mention Milleneth. She's certified. I've got a lot to do here.
Okay. Did I get it? Crafting certification. Okay, so he's told me
At
about the
times I
other
wonder
one.
if I should have remained.
Whoops.
At times I wonder if I should have remained a chef rather than joined the Mages Guild.
Okay, why am I not being tagged with Chevry? Um, there's a chest somewhere around here with a recipe in it. Okay, so what actually happened? Well, let's do her first. Maybe we'll come back to him again.
I
Something
can
went
train
weird.
and certify you as a black. Excellent. Let me know if you have some time. I can train and certify you in something else. Prove you know. I want you to craft. Yes.
Okay, so we'll build an iron
Go
dagger.
to the blacksmith.
And that is over here. Now in this case, the lazy crafter won't really help you, so we have to manually create the dagger. So let's go over here, dagger, and we created a dagger. Now we should be able to go back to her. Yep, there we go.
Craft an iron dagger. The trick next is deconstruct. You'll regain. It's a fun.
So we're gonna now destroy the dagger. You'll do this on every crafting skill. Make one, then destroy one. So there's there. We just deconstructed. So then you go back to her again.
You certainly know your way. Of course. Let me know if you have some.
Now we'll do woodworking.
I want to know. Absolutely. Bring the craft.
Now if you don't have the materials,
Craft a maple bow.
she will give it to you. But she'll only give you enough to do the quest. So don't waste it. Otherwise you will be having to go find some more. No. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, so we have to create a bow. There, one bow.
Craft a maple bow. A good bow. Excellent. Now we can.
Now we deconstruct said bow. I don't know which one it is, so we'll do both of them. Okay.
I've seen everything I need. Certainly. There's only one more certificate. If you could show me. Of course. Head to the clothing stand.
So now we do clothing. In this case, the lazy red actually covered it. Kind of covered it. See, it told her to talk to her, then blah, blah, blah. It's a little crazy here. So let me go do this again. We need a pair of gloves. Now, come on. Damn it. I thought I'd done the gloves. Homespun sash, boots. No, apparently not. I still haven't done it. Will you cut it out? Now I've done the gloves. Sometimes, I don't know, the first time you do it, it doesn't work. The second time you do it, it works.
You know, wonderful. Now,
Now we go deconstruct the same gloves. Go talk to her again.
You're more than capable. Already done. I have nothing left to teach. Of course. What do you want to know?
Okay, so that's that. Now we can go back to him. Apparently he's opened up again.
There is much more I can teach you. A provisional. Provision? Yeah. Now, the moment of truth. Go to a cooking pot.
Okay, so we need a recipe. We might not have this recipe. Looks like we did have the recipe, so we can go do it.
Bring me your culinary creation.
Since I had so many double recipes
I'll
in
determine whether or not
the
to
box,
reserve such
you saw
possession.
that last time I used a whole pile of them up. I probably covered all the recipes, but if you haven't, he will provide you a
Do I
chest,
detect a hint of
which you get the
honesty?
pig recipe. Also, visit
Not
a
how I do it,
innkeeper
of course, but
cook
interesting enough,
in one of the
past
inns
certification.
and buy all the
You
recipes.
may now
And then go
fulfill
visit the
provision.
brewer and buy all
Keep your
his or
pot
her
warm
recipes.
And your ladle clean. Your command of the crafts is enchanted, potent, absolute. We begin at the
So now I'm going to do the enchanter. That was a bit of a lie from the lazy crafter. It did it the first time, and then the second time it comes around and says you don't have the
craft a
materials.
glyph using a rune of potency essence. You should attach it. Your command of the craft. As with master. Yes, good.
So now it's for the druggist. You'll learn some stuff. Now this one with an add-on, you must have noticed this flashing by. It's a kind of like a recipe builder, because alchemy can use 3, 4, or even 5 ingredients depending on what level you are. So if you go to creation down here, so here is it with water, one of the waters, so you say like that. Then it says regents, and you go like this, and you go down the list of regents, and you say, okay, what happens when I put beetle scuttle together with, they will not react. So let's try that one. No, it won't react. That one, inert, unknown potion. Okay, so we'll make one. Sip of vitality, and we learn some more. And there we go. We level alchemy a bit. So we go back to him.
Blend the salt, your potion, mastery of 3 crafts, certainly. Broiling fish.
Okay, so we got all our certifications here for alchemy, blacksmithing, clothing, enchanting, runecast, provisioning, and woodworking, but not jewelry. Jewelry is not done here. We have to go somewhere else. Let's see if we can do it. And I'm pretty sure I can, because I specifically put a house there just for this thing. And what it is you have to go to Somerset. And you need to go to this place here. I think it's this place. We're going to find out in a moment. I'll recognize it, so we'll go outside. I recognize it when I'm actually there by the city plan. But once you do one or whatever, so we go outside the thing, and then a little more down, and out the door. Try avoiding robbing anything.
Cities can be just
Yes.
as equal as people.
So what we have
Let's
here
review it
is, we need our mount. We need to go basically through here. I think if you, well, you can probably do that one, but I usually go through this one And then I go down this one, cross the bridge, get off my mount, and this guy right here is your jewelry guy.
I see something with you. A certificate. Let's get computer done.
So now we go craft the ring. So we go into here. I mean, if I had to choose another place to do all crafting, this might not be a bad place either. You can see it's in a nice big ring. But we go over here. And we've done the pewter ring. Oh, by the way, that teleport, the one that sounds like the anchor coming down, that's annoying because you think the anchor is really coming down. So here we go.
Unlike other crafts, you will need no... Well,
here's the ring.
Not yet. Deconstruct. Simply put...
Now we have to take the ring apart again. So here we go, around the corner. Doink, 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 doink. Deconstruct. There we go. Done the ring. Back to him.
Your bearing is that? Most certainly. You are now free to... You can research any trait that...
Now we are capable of making any gaudy bauble we want in jewelry. Well, based on our level. Now that we've got all our crafting certified, so all these are certified, this means now you can go and... ooh, I just gained a bow. I went to 20. So I'm going to take arrow spray. And an assassin, no. Okay, and now we go back to where we were. So rose wine, travel, outside house. As I said, get all the houses. Every time you visit somewhere where that has a cheap house, you get it. This makes starting zones, certain zones, really easy to get going because you don't have to figure the boat trip or the cart trip or the combination of. Because sometimes you take a boat to one place and a cart to the next place just to get to, you know, like, you know, Darsheen or something like that, right? Okay, so now that we have all that, we can go now back over here.
Oh, there you are. I have been expecting you.
No, you have not been expecting me. That's all you say over there. Yes, she drives me nuts. So now we have 2 boards. Equipment crafting. Consumable crafting. So if we look at our quest now, 1 for alchemy, 1 for enchantment, jewelry, provisioner, woodworking. We're missing 1. Technically, we're missing blacksmith. So we check here. So it might be that because we did the qualifying one. Oh, I know why. Remember I told you about each character has their own template in settings? It's Lazy Crafter. For some reason, I made it memorize for all new characters the wrong thing. I should fix that one of these days. So if we go down here, daily limits to craft. Yeah, let's turn on blacksmithing and clothing for this person. Oh, and we will check settings on that one again. We should have, there it is. That's what I forgot to do. So now it's personal and it's all turned on. So now when we hit that, we should be able to take these automatically on the next time. I think that's what it is. Let me just go check the settings one more time because I might have inadvertently turned it back again. Let's see. Lazy. Yeah. Whoops. Now, next time we do crafting, it will pick them all. But in the meantime, now this is why you don't want to fill your log, not KJ, because you're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So don't let your quest get higher than 18. So you have 19, 20, that's 2, plus up to 25, that's 5, that's 6, 7. So that's 7 for crafting. Otherwise, you're going to do a few of them, and you'll, like one of my characters you saw, I run into the limit. Oh, you're out of quest spots. And then, like I did on the other characters, I begin with clothing. I'll work my way around clockwise. And as you notice, I have tons and tons of mats because I constantly was harvesting, constantly collecting, constantly doing every nitpicky little box, barrel, whatever, and that adds up over time. Next thing you know, you'll have a zillion of everything in your inventory. Especially good for getting food. You rip off everything. Box of tomatoes, you take the tomatoes. Box of corn, you take the corn, right? You can see here, for example, berries. I have 2,180 of them because I kept stealing berries, right? We go over here. It's technically, it says the writ is complete. The reason is because the training rune, the one that you created, is also the same one that the crafting one wants. We learned something new. Normally, the alchemy one is always a mana potion, all the time. So it's always going to be some sort of water, not grease. Grease is for poison. Water, right? At this level, it's just natural water. And then it's going to be down here, it's going to be, where is it? Where is it? Powered Ninroot, Night's Name, Nab, Mud, Mountain, Flower, No, Loomis, Lady Smock, Dragon Throw, Dragon, Crimson Brook, Cornflower, and Columbine, I believe, are the two. So if I was to do a craft on this, and I pick water, and I pick Columbine and Cornflower, and I do R, Sip of Magica, right? You'll end up doing that. Now, if you don't have enough of these two particular ones, just visit one of the guild vendors. I'll show you where they are, and just buy a stack of each one. When you start getting writs for resources, at this stage, when you go for the plants, a lot of times you'll get cornflower and columbine and all the basic ones all the time. But if you initially need them, that's where you get them. So we've done that section. We come up to the woodcrafter, and we'll do the woodcrafter. You can see I have like 9.3k available of sanded maple. Yeah. Now you're probably wondering why, if I have raw maple and sanded maple, right? So when you look at this here, here's the rough maple, but down here, let me just close this, is the refined material. So if you go and say rough maple, like so, it offers to turn them all right away into sanded maple, but I don't do that. And you can actually lower this count. If you hold it down, it'll go faster and faster and faster and faster. We'll do a little bit to show you what happens. Now, it would be nice if it started at 0 or 1 and went upwards, but I've found that inconsistent. So there's 50 rough maple. If I say refine it, R, right, I got all this from it. So you do get other materials from processing materials. So now that I've processed them all, I can come back, just like on the other character, do these chests, and you will get experience, and not as much as you think, but enough that at low level it nibbles its way higher up on the experienced character. And one day you'll be here and you'll do it, and all of a sudden there'll be a big glow around you, and you've raised the level. Now that leaves the secondary thing you're going to do crafting, of course, is I'll just wait for this to clear. because this add-on is not only is it collecting everything for you automatically, it's unpacking the containers that you. So if you get a container that says copper ounces in a container, it'll unpack the container and tell you what you actually got in the container. If it says, you know, some sort of minerals or bars, it'll unpack it for you. So you see that alchemy went up, and you notice the experience is getting high. I just did a block. So we go like this. And what we're after is research first. So we look at this and we say, oh, look at all this research. I'll save the purples and I'll do the blue. Then I'll flip over to this. There's 3 shields I could do. And then I go to deconstruct and see if there's anything. It gave me that. So it gave me this from the rewards. I'll deconstruct it. There you go. See, woodworking almost went to 3. Now, when you see red here, don't deconstruct them because you'll get nothing. You're too low level. Same with the researchable stuff and thing. You can't really research it well if you're too high. So then you come over here. Remember I said this thing already built the rune? See? It did. So you go flag them. You don't really need them. Then you go around the corner to the blacksmith. And you again research. Wow, we have axes. So, okay. We'll take a training axe. And we'll go to deconstruct. And by deconstruct, I see nothing over on this side. What about this side? Nothing. So what happens, our reward for this was money. Which I would prefer they didn't do, because you can always get money everywhere else. Then you go to jewelry. Now, the interesting thing in research for jewelry is you only have 2 items, and each item only has 3 elements in it. So once you do it, you don't even bother going back. So we'll begin here. And we'll say, sure, why not? Vanessa's ring. So that's the one for today. It'll take us 5 hours to do. So by time tomorrow, whatever, when we come around here again, another one will be free. Then we go over to clothing, our last one. And we look at the research. Oh, there's a cloak. Okay, again, training. If you're wondering about that one prompt that only comes up the first time you do anything new in crafting, once you acknowledge the tip about it, it never comes back. So I'll take that blue thing. There we go. Now I'll check the deconstruct. Now the interesting thing, there is only armor in clothing. As you saw in blacksmiths, there's weapon and armor. You saw on woodworking, there was staves and then and stuff and bows, and on the other side there was shields. So, and then jewelry only has one thing. But we do have this. That's not a bad one. I like it when it really jumps, but that's RNG. Now, in theory, I can go like this on these 2 whites and take them also. There you go, I jumped to 3. Right? Then we go visit this guy who lies through his pants because he claims he always has new inventory, never does. So it's telling us that we got this, we got this. There's some cooking supplies, there's a repair kit, we got a recipe, there is some roast pig. We don't need this, we don't need this, we don't need this, right? Because we have that tri-potion, and we might as well use the tri-potions for things, right? There's an empty soul gem. Here, Woodworkers Survey Report. This is the type of thing that gets you resources, okay? So we see all this stuff here. Dun, 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 dun. Well, I am just going to get rid of most of them because I don't need them. There we go. Oh, and I almost forgot. These guys here, I don't think they turn into junk. Let's see just let's see if there's in here. Bloodthorns, Skinner Smugglers, yeah. So these are the actual stuff you got when you started the game. Like in the Cold Harbor prison. So you might as well, like that. You can't even deconstruct them. So you just might as well sell them for 0 gold just to get them out of your inventory. It's either that or you just destroy them. Right? So now we go like this. And we go talk to the birdie. Now I was tempted. There's a third vendor on sale on, I'll show you in a sec. It just popped today. I'm tempted to buy it. So we have things to take out of it. I look at this and see, is this for me? And I look downstairs there and I see no one buy. And it's Parlin that doesn't, and Larlin that doesn't know this recipe. So I could go to those either one of those characters and grab the recipe and learn it. But you can see all these recipes here. They're already learned. Learned. English. Now let's go over to our depository. So we have cooking supplies. We'll worry about that. We have all these, but we don't really need them. But we can contribute them to the bank for learning purposes and destruction purposes. Except for that one. The reason being is it's one of those gifted things and you can't change it. Right? So we go to an I for inventory. We learn that recipe. And what we're going to do for this character, we'll see what this woodworker report's all about. West Weald, here. Okay. We can see if we can get to that one and do it. Okay, so we have that one now in the thing. There's some foul hide we don't need. That is a sellable item, by the way. Safe foul hide. Now, the ring, don't sell it. You can, at the jeweler's thing, learn from it or destroy it. Right? It really depends whether or not you get a thing on it. So if you go and look here, and we look here at learning. So on rings. So health, robust, and arcane. And if we look at that ring, it is health, maximum health. So we might be able to learn from this one. So we just leave it in the inventory. Right? Now as far as this guy, we'll just open the pack up. And look, we got 2 more recipes. But we already know Banana Surprise and Red Leaf Beer. So we talk to the birdie.
They're not featherless one.
And we go and deposit. And we will put this one and this one into the thing. Okay? Now, I'm carrying around a roast pig, so I might as well just eat it and use it up. That's another slot freed up. So we know in West Weald there's a wood thing. So wood ones and minerals are actually really good. I find the plant one depends if I'm doing things like corn, whatever. Okay, so right here, right out of town, it's right there. So if we go and ignore her, outside of town, now since we brought the birdie, you can see him stuck in the doorway, we're going to change back to Ember. Wait a moment for her to teleport in. There she goes.
I knew you missed me.
Notice also now that when I jump over that bridge, I don't take damage really anymore. That's because the CP points I put into speed and some other stuff. There's one category I haven't really filled in, but that's the one for tumbling and falling. So if we look at our map, we can see right there. In fact, there's a shard right there. There's a book right there. There's a big bag right there. You can see that right by the lake is a big bag. There's a thing down there. So what we'll do is we'll plan a little bit of a route. So I'm going to go Mountie. And we're going to go down here and turn on the teleporter first, the Way Shrine. Like so. It's over here somewhere. There it is. So there's our Way Shrine. We've activated it. Now we'll cross paths with the bag. It's over there. It might be there. It might not be there. So we'll just check. Nope, no bag on this one. There is a thieves trove potential right here. And if we H it, we don't see anything. And if we look, there is a water skin. Now I have tons of water skin, so that's not really an issue. Now we see if the shard, we'll go after the shard. It's up there by the building. So 2 of 3 shards. Now we go find our little resource. Now those little yellow things are potential quests. Now there could have been a chest here, right there, but there isn't one. And again, there could be another bag here, but there isn't one. As I said, they stick around. Uh-oh, what was... Dumb wolf. Don't mess with the gang. Oh, look at that, a bear. I have to really remember when I'm doing this to only use the key 1 a few times because it eats stamina big time. Whereas key 2, which is the rapid shot or whatever thing, doesn't use that much. But as we come here, oh, a troll. And of course I have to remember to do, there we go. Schmuck. Okay, keep going, keep going. Keep going. This is for jewelry. Pewter seams. Now, see all these log ones? See how it says pristine maple? You can see I got 16 maple off that one maple. And there's like 8 of them. Number 2. Number 3. I think 8 or 6. Number 4. Number 5. In theory, there should be 6. There's always usually an even number. So where did I miss one? Sometimes what happens is that glowy thing that's above them kind of disappears. This is where the marker will go away. But if you turn on glow on resources, like make it shine, it will still show up. Oh, there it is. See? It was hidden in the grass. So if I was to go, and I have 2 points, so if I was to go to woodworking and turn on keen eye, now we would see it. So for each of the main resources, ores, wood, or plants, you want to turn that on. So waste 3 points on each one of that. You don't have to waste all, right? Because most of the time the tags will tell you where it is. But when you're doing these resource nodes, the tags tend to be not on every resource within the group. But then the glow will give it away. And I find it really important on the plant one because the plant ones just disappear into the background. Imagine you're doing corn and you end up in this because corn looks like this. And you can't see it unless you cursor over like this going, It doesn't work. So that's kind of important. So we've done a resource hunt and you will get these from doing crafting all the time. In fact, as I said, I usually give it to one of my characters that has almost every bloody waypoint in the game. And she does all this. Oh yes. He's only what do you say, 100 and. Whoops, slap me. But notice now, that was 113k field creature, right? And I took it out without breaking a sweat. That's rotations thrown in, CP points thrown in, and this character's only level 13. And as I said, it scales, so it was allowing me to damage that character a lot more than if I was higher level. So, now that we've done that, and in theory, I could all go over to this Sky Shard, also get the third one. This one here is in a delve. You can see that. And right here is another way shrine. So we can start clearing Wield's way shrines. Okay? We'll do one more way shrine and then one more thing. But I really don't want to continue going through all the... Oops. Did I turn her on? Oh, these guys.
Watch out! This adventure isn't slowing down anytime soon.
So we'll go find that way shrine. It's over there. Yes, we won't bother with them. But really, if we go do that lady by the way shrine that keeps telling us every day, I've been expecting you, we'll go all over this zone. So then we can combine questing with that primary chain with a lot of these auxiliary little stubby chains. Goblins.
They're messing with your head.
So we see, no, nothing in the jewelry box. Oh, caught him asleep. Yay. Let's have a look. No, nothing in there. Anything here? How about this one? Nope. Nothing in the jewelry box. No chest. What a ripoff. I think we should complain to the Monster Union for not paying their monsters enough. We need to go upwards. We are... we don't need the stupid bear. Oh no, another stupid goblin. There you go. Goblin gone. So, that way. There it is. That open platform. I don't see this too often. I think Weald is probably one of the only places I see it this way. See what I mean? I've been expecting you. She's around every bloody Wayne shrine. Okay, let's level up this character because we have opportunity. Okay, and I'll put it in stamina because I really need stamina. And we got 2 points, so assassination went up. I'm not going to take teleport strike. As I said, that's a melee weapon. But I am interested in the magical blade because it's at 7 meters, right? And this one's at 50 meters. This is a big one. This will work well with our bow stuff. Now we look at bow. I got myself the arrow spray. So I'm just looking here. So this one requires 7 meters and it's based on magicka. So if we go get rid of this and go back to bow, and we'll put this one in here, 20 meters, and it's stamina based. Okay, we don't have this yet. I don't think on any of them. Bow, yeah, right. 50. Assassination needs 12, but we don't have 12 on assassination yet. Shadow, we only have 1. Siphoning, we have 14. So in theory, Soul Shred, let's see, ravage nearby enemy souls is a night rune, dealing blah blah magic damage, stunning him for 4 seconds. So we could throw this in if we picked it. Maybe. I'm not going to worry about the ultimate just at this moment. I would prefer more points in other abilities. Now, light armor, heavy armor. So if we go and look at our inventory here, we've got light, 2 lights, 1 heavy, 2 heavy, 1 medium, 3 heavy, 4 heavy. So we have 4 heavy, a medium, and a couple of lights. Okay? So if we go back to K, under heavy, I'll take resolve. And we'll check Imperial skills. No, there's nothing to grow in there. And in Mage's Guild, what we're eventually going to try to get here, but when we read enough books to get to 2, we want this guy here. By the time we hit level 15 and we get the second bar, we can park this on the second bar. And you can see that while slotted, you gain major savagery and prophecy, increasing your weapon and spell critical rating by a huge number. That's a nice, in essence, a passive. We can even use it if we wished, but no bother. We just want that bottom part out of it, right? And we go and put it on the second bar. So we've done the Way Shrine. So let us see the gem. Sorry, the shard. So over here in the long grass, past the troll. You can see the shard is actually within the dead zone. All these stupid bugs. Now, one reason to also take the soul grabber, not just to fill the gems up, but if you look in soul magic, right? If an affected enemy dies, you fill an empty soul slot, generate gem, but you also heal, restore. So you can get stamina, magic, and whatever. So it's not a bad idea. So over here, where this stupid bear is hiding out, we don't need the bear. What we're after is somewhere up there is a gem. Or, sorry, a shark. Should be here somewhere. Map. We're sitting right on top of one. Tucked in a cave amid the wall. Okay, so yeah, that's why we can't see it. We need to go down here, and there's a cave in here. There we go. Round the corner. Now we got another point. And a barrel we can search, a bag we can search, a backpack we can search, and the slacker standing outside there, not looting. These guys. Okay, so we've done all that, but I don't really want to get started in Wield, right? I want to show you another tip for raising another skill line. So remember the ledger domain? Okay, what you need for this one is 2 ways of doing this. One that's really brain dead, it doesn't require, it just takes time. And the other one, it does require killing all the time, because you'll go into a particular delve, two particular delves possibly 3. It depends on kind of. I'll explain. But the first one is we need to go to Daggerfall. Now, if you don't have a house there or whatever, you can use Gemini, for example, or ChatGPT to help you find the right boat in the right zone to get, or the right cart to get there. And if you're in a guild, right, and you happen to have this travel add-on, this is what this is all about. You can then find a friend and link to him and jump. So it can help you use another person to jump to them. Now this place would have a lot more audience if they changed her out for Bob Dylan. Okay, so we want to go to Daggerfall.
There you are. I have been expecting you.
So what we're after here is Daggerfall. Now I already have, it looks like, a waypoint here and a house. The Rosie line. Okay. So since I'm clicking on the waypoint, it costs nothing. But if you don't have the waypoint there, there is a boat to Daggerfall. From them, a couple of places. You just have to find it. Now, one way to do that is when you're in the city map, just put your finger on the icons. Boat to Vaster, Volkel, Daven's Watch, Strasmock, and this particular boat goes all over the place. And a lot of times when you see a boat that says, oh, I go to Vivek City. If you go to Vivek City, it'll say, oh, I go to Daggerfall. So, you get the idea. Now, what you want to do here is first learn where the thieves' entrance is. You're going to need them. We're not going to be busy robbing people like this. No. So if we go over here, is it here? Or is it there? It's around here somewhere. I can never remember the actual place. Or is it one more down? It could be one more down. There we go. Notice too, if you manage to slide off a roof or hit the combat keys like this when you land, there's a good chance you will avoid damage. But here, so this is the Daggerfall Outlaw Refuge. Memorize where it is. Okay? Now, see these two boats? Boat A and Boat B. If we go down the ramp.
Oh, another distraction.
Ramp, 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 ramp. You're tempted? Don't touch them. Because you could draw attention from the dock workers. No, instead go on the boat. Believe it or not, there's no one here. Begin at the rear of the boat or the front of the boat. It doesn't matter. And if you look in here, oh, look. Oh, look. Oh, look. You don't even have to crouch. You just rip the whole place clean. You can now turn off that switch, for example, for safe looting. Then you'll loot a lot faster. I'm not going to bother, but... So, you'll get recipes, you get a whole bunch of stuff, but they're all stolen. Right? Don't forget to look at your books. Okay. So you've done this one. I think this is the forecastle. This is the front of the boat. Yeah, that's the front. Now go down into the hold. I think on the other boat there might be one wandering crew member, but you can avoid that person. This is where you get free food. I mean drinks. Go into here. Nothing in the coffins. Nothing in the jail cell. These stacks, always rip them, all of them off. There we go. Like so. These will reset over time, pretty quickly actually. So you look at here and see if there's anything. Uh-oh, steal the drink. Steal our food. One of these ships actually has a thieves' troves in it that shows up occasionally. Yeah, this one does. This is where lots of slots in your inventory will help you. If you haven't done that yet, you need to do that. Start buying as much inventory as you can. We go into here. Now when you got barrels like that that are separated, they're not joined together, they're one. But if you have barrels leaning against this, that's not lootable, that's not lootable. Don't forget to take stuff off the table. Yeah, don't forget our potato. And by the way, stealable for crafting. And again over here, meat. Oh, by the way, when the wood elves snack, they're actually cannibals. What I'm doing is just crouching to see if I can get that cheese out of the shelf. Sometimes it's a little hard to loot some of these things. Now this, you might have all alchemy bottles, or you'll have 3 alchemy bottles and 3 regular bottles. And right here will be that trove. Oh, almost forgot that one. So we basically clean everything out of here. Wow, I could steal this bread too. And the drink. See, this is the annoying part. There's cheese there and I can't get the cheese. Oh, by the way, one of your companions hates cheese. So don't do it. And Telorian doesn't really like it when you read mage books. But Ember is great for stealing, killing, mage books. She likes all of that. So we've looted everything down here. And we go to the last place. Come into here. And we loot all this stuff. Crate's empty. That's empty. Desk is not empty. There is one boat within the shelf above the bed. Don't forget that one. There, we got something interesting there. And do we have anything over there? We climb up over here. And you can go out here. Sometimes you'll find an item out here on some boats. This one particularly, you don't have to worry about that. It's just everything's on the inside. Here's a cabinet. Don't forget cabinets. Okay, so we cleaned everything out. Now there's one other spot on one of these boats. This is where, if you're doing the assassin, it's really good. Yeah, up here I think. I don't think it's on this boat. I think it's on the other. Yeah. Oh, here's your wandering crewman. So don't steal anything around her. She'll get annoyed. So, but you can see people have done that. So we look. She's not there. Now, you want to do the other boat? This is where the sucky running leaping comes into effect. And again, we go up here. Is it on this side or that side? It's on that side. But we begin with here. In theory, there's no one watching. You could do this. But just be careful. They pop out of nowhere. So we go like that, bag. In fact, I am going to change that setting so I don't have to hit two keystrokes. So that's gameplay, and auto loot stolen items is on. I think that's the one we want. Yeah. Go up here. It's amazing how you can hold a cup of an open drink and it doesn't spill. So we got all that. I don't think there's a door up here, no. Okay, so that's this area. And we could go up here. No, I mean to go up the other one. We have to go in the main hall, do that one, and there's a one person I think up there that if you're an assassin, it's worth pickpocketing her a couple of times. Take the rabbits. Take the crate. Take the barrels. Take the cabinet. I always forget that cabinet, by the way. That one. That one. That one. The sacks. Don't forget the sacks. Then we got the drink. Too bad it's not a cabinet. Don't bother with all this armor. You could, but you get no money for it, and the deconstruct return is minimal. Don't forget the table here. This barrel. That barrel. And you have to get around to this one. Nothing in those. You come around here. Here's our little alchemy. I'll take that one. I'll take that one. Can't take the bottle. Take the alchemy. Can't take the bottle. We take all this. Take that. Take that. Come over here. Take off the plate. We'll take the pie. We'll take the drink. We'll take the meal. I don't think there's anything on this one. So we've robbed everything downstairs. Now we got one more room to go to. Which is this guy. Remember, if there's no one observing you, you can do that. So, yeah, we'll take from the desk. There's a drink. Nope. Is that a drink? Yeah, there is one. Won't bother with the barrel. We'll climb up here, check. Yeah, there's a barrel to rob. Take the dresser, take this. There's that cabinet above the bed. I've got some interesting stuff from it. Baskets. That. As you can see right here, there is a potential for another thieves' trove. I've never seen it myself. Right? But in theory it's supposed to be there. Now we go up here, just see the front of the boat. See what I mean? In this case, to be safe that the people up there are not watching you. Now, on this side, okay, up here, See that person? She's always facing away. And if you're a thief, I doubt if I'm going to be very good at it. You can tell when you get close to her. Only 50% chance. Technically, I can do that like up to 3 times. And what you do is, if you're in the assassin side and you're doing that, you rob her 3 times, and then you kill her, because she respawns. Okay, so now you've filled yourself up with all this loot. Let's have a look. Look at it all. Right? Now we go over. Now, initially when you do this,
In the market for something?
right, you aren't going to have enough selling space from the Thieves Guild. You need to get 1 point into, what's it called, bargaining or something like that. I think you have to do that at Legerdemain 2 or 3.
Ah, these are my kind of people.
Oh yeah, she'll get a boost from coming in here. Right, up the staircase. I keep. Every one of these places is different. And no, you can't rob from the robbers. Just to let you know. So, what's that? There's our...
So glad
No,
you
we're not doing that yet. And we're not doing her yet. So you can see those people are available at every guild. What do we got here? Technically, that is a fence. I don't know where the fence went to. But there are usually 2 fences in here. So let's go looking for another one. That is the merchant.
Yes, I know.
There you go. A fence. Now, so we're gonna, some of the stuff we want to launder and some of the stuff we want to sell. So we look at our items here, and stuff like this, nah. What we want to launder in here is materials. Okay, so blueprint, recipe bag. No, we don't want that. Berries, resin. No, that's gold. Apples, barley, beeswax, beets. No, bitter green. See, we raised our Legerdemain. We'll take bitter green, bone, burnt smellable, camatine, cozy, carb, pumice stone, child's drum. There is a quest line out of I'll show you when we go to do the assassin parts and do the actual Thieves Guild stuff. There's a head Thieves Guild area in a zone, and when you go there, she'll ask you to do certain things. One of them she'll ask, for example, is pickpocket 10 people. Then she'll ask you to do this, rip off 5 chests. Then you get the idea. And one of the things is there's a lady who you have on the quest board. She wants you to find certain items and meet up with this lady wherever, what zone she's in, and give it to her, and she'll give you a whole bunch of money, rep, and whatever for doing it. And you can repeat this over and over and over and over again, as long as you got space. And what happens is things like the child's drum. See, it says musical instrument tools. Well, she might ask for 5 musical instruments or tools, so you have to find 5 of these items. Right? At the moment, we don't have that. So clear water will take, corn will take, decorative wax. You can see it's helping me here. Flint, ginger, ginkgo, ginseng, greens. Now, one of the things to notice, honey's worth 1 because there's only 1 honey. But if I come down to isinglass, that's worth 2, and I'll take 2 out of your count. So I'll take the honey. Now I've used up all the fencing. Now we'll go over to selling. Now, the really good selling stuff is this stuff because it has a high value. So initially when you're doing this, right, you try to sell all this. So there, we just did an achievement unlock. I'm going to keep going. Okay, so we've sold everything that was really of value. We sold 29, so technically we have more, but what we really want to avoid is selling stuff that's worth nothing. So now that we've done all this, let's go look at our skill line for legerdemain, because we saved some points up here. So legerdemain. Oh my God, we are so close. We are 59 of 60. So we need to sell a couple of dummy items just in order to cross over. So let's sell. There we go. Now if we go to here, see trafficker, you take that one. Now we go back to her again.
Yes, I know.
110. And fencing, 110. We've only done 50. So now we can go down here and at this stuff, fence, 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 fence. This is all good resources. Potato, pumpkin, red meat, rice, rose, rye, seaweed, small game, star metal, grapes. 107, 110, tomato. We can only sell 3 of them. So we maxed out for the day. But we managed to sell. Now we can go back over here and I can just get rid of all this. Right? And in theory, I could sell all this food. I don't think I'll get much more from the vendor. But I can go. Right? I'll save this because it's crafting materials. Now, if we look at legerdemain again, we actually climbed to 4. Okay, so this will help you hide better. This will help you pickpockets better. But the real biggie is this one, right? Because it really increases your amount that you can traffic per day. So that's how one way of getting legerdemain up. Now the other method, and what we need to do is leave here. Well, actually, we can home switch. So we're going to go back to Rosemine for a sec. And we did gain a little experience from doing this, but you don't gain much from raising skills. So we'll go downstairs here. And we go like that. Now, on our map,
there you are. I have been expecting.
What we're interested in, I believe, is Strauss. Is it Strauss? No. Hughesbane? Yes. So Hughesbane has this little place called Anvil. Okay. That's where they want us to kill our first person. Oh, sorry. This is Abah's Landing. So we can go here. They're telling us to go here. I think this is our Abba's Landing. No, we need to go, of course, to Anvil. But in Abba's Landing, I believe there's a thieves thing. No, where is it? Ah, we're still in the wrong area. Map. I always get all these 3 spots confused. No, it's not Straw, it's not Hughes. Not that one. We are after... It's not Betnick, is it? No. I thought it was Anvil that we had to go to. was pretty sure it's Abba's Landing. Let's go flash over to Abba's Landing for a sec. I have the port there. I just have to remember what it looks like. Then I'll know exactly if that's the right one. Yep, this is the right one. The loading screen tells me right away. Hughes Bane. So what you do is if you're criminally intent and you got the markers on you, don't go by that guard. He'll beat you up. So if you're busy resourcing, you can pause at these. See, skill line gained, Thieves Guild. So if we look, we now have the Thieves Guild. Now to raise the Thieves Guild and do Ledger Domain, you can do kind of both in parallel. So what you don't sell from looting and stuff like that, you can use with doing Thieves Guild. So there's a job board right there that you can use for certain things. Here's your very convenient fence, and no, it won't help you to go back to another fence just to get rid of stuff, because the numbers will still be the same. And we go in here, and you'll find the regular vendor. If you go over here up that one, you'll find another exit. If you go over here somewhere, I can't remember where it is. Yeah, I think that one. That's where a bank vault is. Right? And no, you can't, as I said, steal any of the food or anything like that in here. The thieves are better at protecting their stuff than everyone else is. So if you go up here, you can get an idea what's going on. You can look at the table, look at Caddy's list. Wish you had all those coin. But if you go downstairs into here and into here, you're going to be talking to her in a bit, but what you're after is this board. So first we have to, on Thieves Guild, we have to actually finish a quest. So the quest is Partners in Crime. So you have to complete this in order to unlock her, Carrie.
New member. Great. Accounting. Inventory. Managing the future. My sister. I'm going to twin.
So she doesn't have anything quite for you yet, but once you do Quinn's thing and possibly do it, you'll unlock her, and then fun really begins, because once you unlock her, you get the access to those boards, you get access to a bunch of things, and a whole long quest line for basically for thieves. So and if you go, I think it's through here, through this invisible stone doorway or somewhere like that, I can't remember. There is another exit entrance to this place, one that leads into the city, but it's a hard one to get to from outside. If you're in the city trying to get to that access point, it's easier to snap to the outside of town and come in along the outside and exit through here and entrance through here. Now, one thing to be aware when you do get the quest for robbing everyone blind and stealing the chest, if you rob people here, which you can do, right? You know, you have to rob, I think, 15 people or something like that. Be very careful, because as soon as you trigger the wrath of the guards, look at them. They're 3 skull, invulnerable. Don't even attempt to fight the guard. Run for your life. Otherwise, you'll be dead. They're going to kill you.